Hello and welcome to Opinions Plus. Thanksgiving is coming around the corner. We have a lot to be thankful for. We have a lot to be thankful for. But then again, there's a lot to be afraid of. It's not an easy world we're in. People want to put their heads down, bury it, pretend things aren't happening. I listened to a instructive lecture about the Civil War just recently. Why? Most people, and I think I mentioned this in my last clip, most people do not want or even think about the fact that there would be a war in America. They thought there was differences. They even hated each other, but they didn't think it would be going to war. And if they did, they thought it would be just an expression, a one-time expression of violence, and people would come together, and there you go. You would have some kind of negotiated peace. Does that sound familiar? Negotiated peace? You know what happens with people? They just want to have war. They just want it. And who is the they? It's not just the minority, because the majority in those days signed up for war. They were excited, just booming with enthusiasm to go fight. Now they knew about killing. A lot of those people were hunters, and they lived off the land. A lot of them. They knew exactly what killing is, but killing another human in the way that it was done during that era changed their perspective some, a lot. And that's what happens with all the wars. I cite World War II as a perfect example of what we're in today, at least in America. Isolationism. Make me the best. Me, me, me. It's us. It's the human race. We have much to be thankful for. We have family and friends, many of us. There are some that don't. Some are lost and have a difficult time. But the majority have people, have friends, have family, have hopes, have dreams. They have things that are important to them. They want to share. And yet others in other areas and other parts of the world, and some just other part of town, are having some of their hopes and dreams dashed. It's a big, big world filled with change, filled with uncertainty. Today, especially, there is so much uncertainty that people run away from it. They're afraid to face it. They're afraid to take a stand, even. They don't know what stand to take. You're going to get in an argument. You're going to get this. You're going to get that. You can't just have dialogue. No, it's an adversarial relationship. Is it good to be an American? Of course it is. There's a lot of potential, a lot of hope. But there's a lot of question now. Big, big questions. Social questions about how our future is going to be served by the government which we just elected. Major concerns about Social Security for those who need it the most. And I'm one of them. And yet, it's as if there's nothing there. Few people raise some eyebrows here and there, but it's not really part of the momentum that carries the day, because there's so much out there carrying our thoughts and thinking this way or that we'll just hunker down and see what happens. Well, my clips of late, as I said in my last clip, are going to be encouraging people to do more than just see what happens. You have to. You have to be engaged, emotionally engaged. It doesn't mean you have to go on a picket line, you have to go on some kind of, you know, cause, but you have to make a stand for goodness. That's the only thing that will lead us out of this turmoil we have, these threats that are before us, whether it's the political threats within the United States, whether it's foreign threats, whether it's threats of war, economic threats, you know, and the people vote in this country for people based on, I don't know, gut feeling, I guess. Certainly not on facts, but it's just a reactionary thing. And that can cause some major problems. And I think it will. But we have resources at hand. That is something we have to be thankful for. It's still a free country. It's still a country where you can go from state to state without being checked. Border guards and fear of being accosted. No matter what these other people had said during the election, crime is not rampant. Most people are protected. There's some problem areas, but most of us can travel without fear, and yet we live in fear. Elevate ourselves. There was a question in that last clip that I saw about the Civil War, the why we had the Civil War at all. And there's no clear answer. But the person that gave the lecture said, we always want war, no matter what. There's a tendency in humanity to want to have war, to want to have violence, to want to have disruption. You may not think it so in your life, but look at history. It's a constant. Most people don't want these things, but they get taken up. I've proposed and advocated that there's a threat, a spiritual threat to our society and our peace and our happiness. It's there. At least entertain the idea that it might be something outside of, just chance, that we can do something about it by going to a better place, by being better people, by thinking better thoughts, and not being afraid to stand up for what is right, to defend the defenseless. Yeah, to be the supermen. That's what you have to be. When in our little sphere, be supermen. Be good. Be righteous. Be decent. Takes some thought sometimes, but we can do it. Have a happy Thanksgiving. We have much to be thankful for. We are blessed in this country in many ways. Subscribe, pass it on, hit the like button, whatever. Thanks for listening. Have a good day.